Welcome back to Copper Star Precision, the channel dedicated to getting you more points at your competitive shooting matches. Today we're continuing on with the NRL22 Course of Fire for March. This is the fourth stage in the booklet. It is called Buckets and Barrels. 10-round stage. I will put the targets down here, and this course description is as follows. On the start signal, the shooter will engage the targets with 2 shots each in the following manner and order: the 5-gallon bucket, the far target, the 55-gallon barrel from 3 separate positions, left, middle, and right, the near target, and the 2-gallon bucket, the far target. Now I know in the diagram it's a little bit different set up. The 5-gallon bucket is on the left side of the barrel, but just so you could see all the props, I put them this way. This is a stage I would advocate dialing on because there's only really 2 times we're dialing. We're going to start the stage, everything in our rifle set for the far target because that's the first target that we're engaging 2 times. We then have 6 shots from the near target, so we're dialing down to the near target, and then we dial up for the last 2 shots. And I think you should have plenty of time to dial in between those shots. Also, it's a 10-round stage, not a 12-round stage. But like the first stage, I kind of advocate the 2 separate bags. One towards the front of the rifle. Doesn't have to be on a plate, like I said, but putting your rifle further out and having that wider base of support for front and rear support. So starting on the 5-gallon bucket, you kind of have to get an idea of what fits your body style. But essentially, what I'm going to do is simply put that front bag towards the front of the rifle, assume a seated position, using this pump pillow as rear support. I'll come down on the rifle like so, using my left hand kind of on this pump pillow for elevation control, and then lean into the rifle like so, shoulder the rifle, find the target, good breathing, engage once, engage twice, and then we're going to transition to the barrel. Similar situation, using that front support. Now here I could kind of see going one of 2 ways. I could assume a kneeling position, so it's going to be left, right, center on the barrel. So I could assume a wide kneeling stance, almost sitting with my legs touching my butt, which is relatively stable. Now the barrel is going to rock back and forth. Hopefully there should be something in the front to prevent it from rolling into the course of fire. So if that is the case, then I would kind of push into the barrel and maybe even support the barrel with this hand and the rifle, kind of pulling everything together. And the reason I would take this kneeling stance is because I could easily just shift and move over. The other option is, again, using some sort of pump pillow to fill in the gap, getting on one knee and doing something similar. But because I don't really see this hand being used for rear support, I think it's better off being used as front support to support the barrel. I'm gonna find things here, using this hand to push the barrel, hopefully into something that is stopping it from rolling forward, just so the barrel is stable, and then engaging like so. And then, like I said, in this kneeling position, it's simply easy just to slide the rifle over, or if you're using something that's not on a plate, you can pick up the rifle, move the bag, put the rifle down, and then just scoot over. And then for the last position here, I think it's similar. Put a bag up there, and then here we're going to use that rear support, much like in the first stage. Very similar height profile to sort of the tire laying flat, and we're going to assume a prone position and engage that way. So target sizes, decent, on the near target, which is good because this is probably going to be the most unstable prop. So it's relatively easier to hit that near target than it is the far target because they're both 2 inches, but one is further away. So that being the case, really take your time on these shots, the far targets, because they're harder to hit. Like I said, I would dial for each of these targets. So we're starting dial for the far target, dial down for the near target, and using that support hand to kind of brace the rifle and the barrel and making sure it doesn't move. And then the elevation control is going to come from, how you're positioned and how you're, you kind of want to be sitting on your butt the whole time. You don't want to be squatting up and down. So the way you control elevation here is to get lower. You simply make your knees wider, and to gain elevation, you're sitting with your knees closer together. And then again, sitting on the backs of your legs if you're flexible and mobile enough to do so, just to keep everything really stable, using as much skeletal support as possible not relying on muscular support. So I hope these tips and tricks helps. If you're going to approach this stage a different way, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and until I see you next time, score more points.